Hey y'all. It's slowly coming together. Hey, so listen. Today is a dragging session day. Just letting y'all know that. I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to deconstruct. And I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back. So I'm just warning you. I don't know why my camera is lagging so bad today. I dropped it the other day. So I hope that could be what the hell is going on, to be honest with you. It's just being a mess. But y'all bear with me. Child, bear with me. Let me go on ahead and say hi to some folks out there. Hey, Easy Origins, Marvel, Henry, Golda, Chandra, Noemi, Tabitha, B. Dizzle, Josiah. Let's talk about the BS today. You know that's what I'm going to do. Hey, Ladybug, Tony, Hope, Robin, Shantae, Vote Kamala. Vote Kamala says Reese, I've checked it. No, don't give me no hive, Chad. Don't give me no hive. Hey, Joy, hey, Jacob, Tasha, Glamuary, David, P, Auntie, Allison. The 33 tall, dark, and lovely says, how was your weekend? My weekend was good. It was pretty chill. My husband did get another victory. Y'all, bear with me for a second. Let me see if I can get this camera together. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Gotta make sure I'm right. Let's see. Is that a little better? I don't know, chill. I don't know what the hell going on. Anyway, okay. Yeah, my weekend was good. How was your weekend? Hey, Kim. Hey, Melanie. Britt. Perlickman. Oh, Kexia. That's a new name. Ashu. Rod. Jason. Outsider looking in. Mel. Learn oriented Cynthia. Okay, let me see. So, Sir, watching from California, awesome. Nicholas, Jamarcus, Sasheen, Jean, Alicia. There's a lot of people up in here. Leandra, Jermaine, Latrice, Delante, Derek, Sean, Joy. Okay. Zola, Deetra, hey girl. Keith, so many people, Elaine, Robin, Blizzard, oh my gosh, Pamela. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about today. Y'all know I was fire hot. I got sent this political article. I think at like 7:30 this morning, or maybe like 8. And I was pissed. I was pissed as fuck because I am so sick of this shit. Y'all saw the article that came out on Friday, which I deconstructed. I had to log on early at hey Tavia at 10 a.m. to drag them, but they weren't satisfied. They weren't satisfied. Somebody said, you know what, Friday was not subtle enough. We have to go balls to the walls today. And what's really, really, really like just insidious about it is we know that this is the final stretch of the vetting process, and it's very much unprecedented to see a situation where a leading contender for the VP slot, regardless of whether she's picked or not, nobody can deny, even the article states that she's a leading contender, is denigrated and attacked. I've literally never seen that. I've never seen that. And it's beyond disgusting. And it's, like I said, it's insidious. Because at this point, nobody, unless you are just really, really, really trying to bury your head in the sand, nobody can say that this isn't a concerted effort to not only block Kamala Harris, but tell Kamala Harris, get your black ass to the back of the bus. And so that's what I want to talk about. And I want to be clear on a couple of things. Okay? A lot of people want to talk about Politico. I don't like Politico. I don't fuck with Politico. Politico ain't shit. Politico has definitely written hit piece after hit piece on Kamala. But be clear. Politico is not the person who put these words in Chris Dodd's mouth. Chris Dodd is a co-chair. Some people, and let me tell you about these so-called fake-ass allies. This is why the political shit, just because we might vote for the same person sometimes, just because we might donate to the same people sometimes, I already know, and this is no shade to my white followers, I hope you can handle this, but I already know the way that whiteness works means that there's a catch on average. There's an asterisk there. So it does not surprise me when these so-called allies show their ass and back up whiteness. And let me explain to you what backing up whiteness means. Backing up whiteness is saying, well, I don't think that he really said that. Well, if he didn't say that, then why the fuck didn't he deny saying it? Backing up whiteness means saying that the problem is not with what was said. The problem is not with this person being in a position of authority they have no business being in. The problem is that we know about it. That's backing up whiteness. Some of y'all don't like the word white supremacy, so I'll say whiteness. I'll throw you that bone. If you think that the problem with what that article is that we know that he said it, that it leaked, you're backing up whiteness. And it's not just white people that back up whiteness. Black people back up whiteness too. I don't know why the fuck Chris Dodd gets this great big benefit of the doubt. He's a sexual assaulter. He's praised a former Ku Klux Klan member who voted against the Civil Rights Act and said he can't think of any time in history that person, Robert Byrd, would have been bad. What? So when you say shit like this article is a distraction, you're backing up whiteness. This is my definition. You don't have to like it. See you later. Bye. I ain't the bitch for you. But I'm done motherfucking mincing words. I'm done beating around the motherfucking bush because I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers today. I done unfollow some people. I done block people because you know what? I don't want you in my fucking space. I don't want you on my fucking timeline being fake. I don't want you liking my shit. I don't want you commenting on my shit. And then when I see y'all motherfucking timeline, you're backing up whiteness. Get the fuck away from me. Get away from my shit. You're the ops to me. I don't give a fuck if you have the word D next to your registration. You're backing up whiteness. And I don't want any parts of it. And you don't want any parts of me. Let's be honest. You really don't. So keep that shit over there. Stay the fuck out of my timeline following me, and then on your timeline, you're backing up whiteness. I'm offended. I saw somebody that said, oh, we're calling the Democratic Party the party of white supremacy. Yes, not you. We doesn't include you because you don't keep it fucking real. Because some of you folks out there, because you have a D on your name, you think that absolves you of white supremacy. Guess what? It's a lot of white supremacy in the Democratic Party. We've seen it. It's right in front of our fucking face. Do you feel good because you're a Democrat? You feel like you're not racist because you're a Democrat? But you back up whiteness. How does that make sense? You're not an ally if you back up whiteness. I don't care. I don't care who you vote for if you back up whiteness. That's what white supremacy is. But let's say back up whiteness. Let's say that. Don't invoke black women. I saw this tweet and that pissed me off. Oh, are we calling the Democratic Party the party of white supremacy? Do you think that Karine Jean-Pierre and that Simone Sanders would work for the party of white supremacy? Do you think that black people don't work for white supremacist institutions? We ain't got no fucking choice. What's not a white supremacist institution? This is a white supremacist fucking country. It's institutionalized. Don't invoke black women to shield. Essentially what you're doing is you're invoking black women to shield accountability for white supremacy. That's what you're doing. If you don't like that I'm talking about Chris Dodd being a fucking white supremacist, if you don't like that I'm talking about the white supremacy in the Democratic Party, the back of the bus party, don't bring up black women. They don't have shit to do with that. What the fuck does Jamal Sanders got to do with Chris Dodd's motherfucking punk ass making white racist statements and you having a problem with me calling him out? What's Jamal Sanders got to do with that? Don't do that. Don't bring her up. Don't say, well, Kamala's a Democrat. You call them white supremacists. What the fuck does Kamala have to do with anything? That's the problem. Dr. King said it decades ago. Beware the white moderate. And I've said it. Beware of the white liberal too. If it don't apply, let it fly. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers back up whiteness. A lot of y'all motherfuckers perpetuate white supremacy. And you think because you follow a couple of blacks, this black included, that you don't back up whiteness. And some of y'all get it fucked up and come on my page and get cussed the fuck out. Somebody came on my page today talking about, don't bring up, what's his motherfucking name? Robert Byrd, who was born in 1917. You know, he repudiated this, and that was a Bernie and Hillary talking point. I said, you got me fucked up. I know my sound is lagging. I don't know why the fuck of all days my computer want to act the ass today. The devil is busy. I'm sorry. But anyway, so this motherfucker will come on my page and tell me, don't bring up Robert Byrd. And I said, you got me fucked up. Talking about Hillary and Clinton. I said, do you think that I give a fuck about some Hillary and Bernie shit when a black woman is getting dragged? I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck Robert Byrd. Fuck his redemption. Y'all white folks love to redeem white racists because they repudiate this or they apologize or whatever the fuck. I'm not one for the redemption, okay? You're looking in the wrong fucking place. But anyways, I told her, you got me fucked up. Now, she went on ahead and backed down. That's fine. But the point about it is, a lot of y'all think because you follow my black ass that you're more woke, and you're not when you back up whiteness. It comes out, it jumps out of you. And the fucked up part about it is, guess what? It's never, ever a surprise to me. I never don't see it coming. But I'm always ready for you when it comes, okay? Don't come over here with that shit. I ain't that bitch. I ain't one of these black blue chicks. They don't call shit what it is. Okay? So, I don't know if the lag was due to my browser being open. So, I might have to go ahead and look at this shit on my goddamn cell phone instead of what I was going to do, which is be on my computer. But I'm going to deconstruct this because I have several problems, not only with the article, but I have problems with the reaction to the article. I have problems with the deflection from the article. So I have a lot of things that I want to cover, okay? So I'm going to start with this, and like I said, be clear, fuck political. I don't have shit for political. I don't like political. Political ain't shit. However, this is reporting. This isn't an editorial. This is reporting. Okay? Let me tell you where it fucked up from the jump. She had no remorse. Remorse for what? What should Kamala Harris be remorseful for? She didn't say shit that wasn't right. What's she supposed to do? Apologize for being black? For being a woman? Why should she do that? Everybody dragged Joe Biden ass. And guess what? Joe Biden dragged Kamala Harris too. Did he apologize? I missed his apology. Didn't they go on ahead? No, he did not apologize to Kamala Harris for lying on Kamala. Joe Biden got on that stage and lied on Kamala Harris in the second debate. He never apologized for that. But anyway, let me go on ahead. No one disputes she's the front runner to be Biden's number 2, but there are lingering doubts primarily over the issue of trust. Trust? So trust is really subjugation. And there's themes of that all throughout the article. This isn't about trust. It's not about trust. If you take your motherfucking dumb ass onto a debate stage and you don't expect attacks, particularly when you just spent the past 5 days praising segregationists, you told a black man, Senator Cory Booker, to apologize to you for saying it's not appropriate to praise segregationists. And you went out there like you the biggest, baddest motherfucker, like wasn't nobody gonna step to you. That's not a matter of trust. That's a matter of you not being prepared. And it's a whole ass motherfucking years ago. And like Tavia says, he's talking about trust but leaking. Well, how do you trust the motherfucker that's sitting up here leaking all this shit? And let me tell you this. When you, this is not, oh my God, this is totally unsanctioned. Because let me tell you this, every single motherfucking Veepstakes article has stated that the busing thing was an issue. Joe Biden should have told, it's the same 4 or 5 motherfuckers, he should have told John Morgan's punk ass, shut the fuck up about this busing shit. He should have told John Burton's punk ass, shut the fuck up about this busing shit. He should have told every single last motherfucker in every one of these articles, shut the fuck up about this busing shit. But let me tell you what's insidious about it. That's going to be the code word. Insidious. Let me tell you what's insidious about it. They don't want to have a reason. They don't want to just have a reason to not pick her. They want you to know that if they don't pick her, it will be for this very reason. Because they want you to know that you don't step to a white man, period. They want you to know that you're never going to be peers. Okay? They want you to know you're never going to be equal. They want you to know you're never going to be able to do what the white folks do. They want you to know, keep your black ass in your black ass place, blackie, in the back of the box. They skipped over the whole part when Rosa Parks said, fuck you, I'm not getting my black ass up out of this seat. They skipped the whole part of the Montgomery bus boycott when black motherfuckers said, we not sitting at the back of the bus. They missed all that. That didn't happen. So they don't know that we're not with this back of the bus shit. Rosa Parks got arrested. Black people boycotted. So in 20 motherfucking 20, you can tell a black woman sitting U.S. Senator, get your black ass to the back of the bus. Where'd they do that at? I missed that history lesson. But this is what they want. This is the page that they want to write. Because let me tell you this. They could very easily not pick Kamala. Every motherfucking 4 years or 8 years or whatever the fuck the situation is with the Veepstakes, motherfuckers don't get picked. And you never hear anything about why they didn't get picked. You never even hear anything about them even being in contention. This motherfucker that's no longer being vetted. Did you hear an article saying this motherfucker's out the running? No. So they could very, very, very easily just not say shit. They could just not pick her. They could do that. But they don't want to do that. Because it's not fun unless you know that they're shitting on her. Like what did Lady Oleana say? Tell Cersei it was me. That's the energy. Tell Cersei it was me. I want you to know that this is why we're doing it. Because I don't want another Kamala Harris to come along that thinks that she can take her black ass and step to a white man. That's what it's about. Because there's no fucking logical explanation why every single goddamn piece for the past 3 months has mentioned this fucking debate thing. There's no logical explanation for why all these different people around Biden's white ass orbit are mentioning this debate shit, but for that Joe Biden wants Kamala and by extension black woman to know, keep your black ass in your black ass place. If not, then why the fuck has he not come out and said that? Why the fuck hasn't he reeled in people? Why the fuck is his campaign co-chair telling people to tell Politico that Kamala Harris is a no-go with him because of the debate? Why did Hillary Clinton not pick Cory Booker? Do y'all know? Why did Hillary Clinton not pick Elizabeth Warren to be VP? Do y'all know? That's a serious question. Does anybody know why Hillary Clinton did not pick any of the people that were being vetted? No, you want to know why? Because she's fucking professional. She's not an asshole. And there's no need to tell people why you're not picking a person. There's no need to attack a person who is actually, as we speak, is helping your fucking campaign. There's no need for it. But the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. And I know that somebody yesterday said, do y'all care about it being a black woman or do you care about it being Kamala Harris? I care about it being a black woman and I care about it being Kamala Harris. It's not mutually exclusive. But I know for whatever motherfucking reason, it's a lot of punk ass people, a lot of scared ass people, a lot of silent ass motherfuckers who don't feel the need to call out misogynoir against Kamala Harris. Until, of course, it's time for them to sell their book or until it's time for them to sell their podcast or their Patreon. Then all of a sudden they see this shit. Oh my God, I can't believe all this fucking misogynoir against Kamala Harris. Okay, where the fuck was you at calling the shit out as it was happening? Why have I seen more white women come out and decry this shit than black women? What kind of shit is that? You can't even retweet the article and say, this looks bad. You can't even do no fake mealy mouth shit. You just like, fuck it. Bye, girl. You out on your own. But you got a podcast, you got a Patreon, you got a newsletter, you got all kind of shit about, somebody paid me $5 a month for a paperclip. Be an ally. And yet, when it comes time to some very basic shit, y'all motherfuckers is silent. That's why I don't fuck with people. That's why I don't do that blue check shit. That's why I don't fucking sit up there and look to these motherfuckers. That's why I'm the voice that I want to hear. Because you can't even depend on these motherfuckers who make a whole living off the shit, off of calling out the shit, and then they quiet when it comes to Kamala. That's disgraceful. There's no fucking reason why Karen Tumulty wrote a fucking Washington Post editorial, and you had Jennifer Rubin and Cecile Richards, and you had other white women sitting up there defending Kamala, and I didn't see no black woman, especially not by name. Nobody by name has defended Kamala Harris that I've seen. That's a blue chick or that's a prominent black woman. Where y'all at? But anyway, let me go on ahead and let me move on. I haven't even gotten to the article yet, chill. Let me start off. When former Senator Chris Dodd, a member of Joe Biden, not just a member, but a co-chair of Joe Biden's Vice Presidential Search Committee, recently asked Kamala Harris about her ambush. It's a fucking debate stage. How is it an ambush on a debate stage? How is it an ambush when y'all motherfucking ass sat up there for 5 motherfucking days and praised segregationists and double down on it? Anna Navarro, somebody mentioned Anna Navarro defended Kamala. That's also a great point, yes. About her ambush on Biden in the first Democratic debate, Dodd was stunned by her response. She laughed and said, that's politics. She had no remorse. Dodd told a longtime Biden supporter and donor who relayed the exchange to Politico on the condition of anonymity. Okay, first of all, let's go to this. She laughed and said, that's politics. Now, I'm certain that there was more to it than that. But even if that's all that there is to it, so the fuck what? It is politics. When you run your motherfucking ass for president, you sign up to go on a motherfucking debate stage and have motherfuckers talk shit to you about your record. If somebody DM me and told me that he been mad about this shit since last year. So this whole notion that, oh, he was okay with it until this, no, he been mad about the shit. He been mad about it. Be clear. Y'all asking who spoke up. Y'all have to tell me who spoke up. I haven't seen it. So if you don't ask me a specific person, tell me if they've spoken up. I'll call them out. If anybody has spoken up in support of Kamala Harris, particularly a black woman by name, then I'd be more than happy to highlight that. Oh, you know what? That could be why my computer's tripping. I don't have this shit plugged in. Go ahead and plug this raggedy ass laptop in. Star Jones says Kamala Harris is the most qualified candidate for VP. And that's, wait, y'all, I done missed it. Hold on. Okay. Kamala Harris is the most qualified candidate for VP, not because I like her personally. Star Jones, you always know that Star is going to have Kamala's back. Where everybody else at? Star Jones can say it. Why can't y'all say it? But because she has the credentials, is what Star finished saying. Anyways, okay, so let me see. Okay, so people say, oh, it's a donor telling Politico what they heard, and it's anonymous. So that means what? Guess what? Dodd, they asked Dodd through an aide. Dodd declined to comment. Now, Star, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that the way that this works is they would go to Chris Dodd and not tell him exactly what they plan to attribute to him in an article? Does that ring true to you? You have experience with these kinds of things. Does that sound right? That they would just say, hey, Dodd, would you like to comment on this? Not even saying anything. You think they would have a whole motherfucking article centered around Chris Dodd and not tell him what was being said? That doesn't even sound right. They asked him, he chose not to comment, which means that he says that he's basically confirming that he said it. Okay? Dodd felt it was a gimmick, that it was cheap. The donor said. The person added, now this is what really pisses me off too. This is what really pisses me off too. Somebody said Sonny Hostin. I'm gonna have to find that Sonny Hostin tweet. I haven't seen it, but if you guys say that Sonny has defended her, then I appreciate that, Sonny. Let me see. The person added that Dodd's concerns about Harris were so deep that he's helped elevate California Rep. Karen Bass during the vetting process, urging Biden to pick her because she's a loyal number 2 and that's what Biden really wants. Okay, you guys are saying Sonny defended her. Okay, great. I appreciate that from Sonny. So this is the problem that I have. If you like Karen Bass, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with you liking Karen Bass. I think that there are substantive reasons to like Karen Bass. But I'm not talking about on the View a few times. I'm talking about today. Did she comment on it today? Anyways, there are many substantive reasons to like Karen Bass. But to say that you like Karen Bass or you're supporting Karen Bass because Kamala Harris rightfully called out Joe Biden for repeatedly praising or for refusing to apologize for praising segregationists? That's racist. Nola says, Rep. Cedric Richmond just said on MSNBC that the Biden campaign is not focused on one line in the first debate. As the campaign co-chair, I think he may have more insight. Is Cedric Richmond the co-chair of the vetting committee, or is it Chris Dodd? If the campaign is so focused on everything else, then why the fuck have I read 20 fucking articles about people close to Joe Biden saying that the debate is an issue? There's a disconnect. How many motherfucking articles do y'all have to read before you figure figure out that this is coming from the goddamn campaign. Every article on the Veepstakes has some shit about the fucking debates. But the campaign isn't focused on it. Your vetting co-chair is quoted in Politico for the second time saying that this is an issue. I can't listen to what you say when I'm watching what you do. Y'all can believe it. That's fine. I ain't here to convince you. I'm here to tell you what the fuck I see. And that's some bullshit. And here's another question that I have. If you're so fucking worried about loyalty, if Kamala is such a not team player, then why the fuck is she doing all these events and not the other motherfuckers? Where are they events at? I posted an image earlier. And this isn't even all of the events, be clear. But I'm going to go on ahead, I'm going to read some off. That doesn't even include the Detroit rally that she did for him when she endorsed him during the campaign. But that took place in March. Let me see. I will be taking part in Joe Biden. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me see. I don't want to mess up my sound. Okay. Y'all don't gotta take my fucking word for it. Okay. This is I will be taking part in Joe Biden's Soul Saturday. And I hope you'll join me in thanking our nation's heroic essential workers, okay? So that was in April. Kamala Harris raises $1 million for Joe Biden, a DJ-centric fundraiser, okay? That was in July. That was the Get Up, Stand Up. Star says a trusted partner is someone who can challenge you to be better than you appear to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. How you trust people that will never say no to you? How the fuck you trust people that ain't gonna be honest with you? How the fuck you trust people that's gonna have you out there looking crazy? I don't trust motherfuckers like that. I don't trust people who can't be honest with me. That don't sound right. And that tells me that you don't trust me if you don't feel like you can be honest to me. So we don't have trust together. Trust that's contingent upon subjugation is not trust. That's called a master-servant relationship. So you want to be somebody's master? You think that's what Kamala Harris should be? A sitting U.S. senator supposed to be, yes, a master. I know, master. Kind of shit. She don't have to fucking bow down to you. This ain't no goddamn monarchy. You're not the queen or the king. She don't have to curtsy. Who the fuck you think you are? Y'all tripping. Nobody has to bow down to you. And in fact, you shouldn't want somebody to bow down to you. Because that's how you be out in the streets looking crazy. If I ask you, hey, how my outfit look, and I look a mess, and you don't tell me, I can't trust you. Because then when I go out in the streets, I'm like, damn, what the fuck you got on? Then I come like, oh, bitch, I thought you said I look cool. So now I know, okay, you know what? I can't trust your opinion because you don't want to keep it fucking real with me. But anyway, let me go back to this list. So I said, okay, I've listed off two things. The Get Up, Stand Up, Soul Saturday. Woman for Biden, join our national call. That was May 21st. I'm not going in chronological order. May 18th, I'm joining Joe Biden, the AAPI Victory Fund at the AAPI Progressive Summit. Okay? Minnesota Build Back Better Roundtable. That was last week. ACA listening session with State Rep Robin Venning, Senator Kamala Harris, and Jill Biden. Okay, so that's 5. Going to this hand. Confronting Coronavirus, Addressing Impacts and Disparities in the Black Community, moderated by Simone Sanders. That was April 27th. Biden fundraiser with Kamala Harris nets $3.5 million. That was June 9th. And just yesterday, tomorrow at 8 p.m., I'm joining musicians, politicians, and activists for Celebration for Change in support of Joe Biden. So that's just 9, and I can only fit 9 on my photo grid, okay? But there are other events we know of. So you don't trust Kamala motherfucking Harris. Kamala Harris is not a team player. Kamala Harris is disloyal, and yet you've called upon her more times than any other person in the campaign. There's a disconnect. That doesn't make sense. If you don't trust her, leave her the fuck alone. You know how like when you with a boyfriend or you with a mate and somebody cheat and you say, okay, we're going to forgive each other, but you keep bringing this shit up, then just go. Just go. You don't trust me, bye, see you later, bye. Go ahead, have a fucking nice life. Get you with somebody you don't have the baggage with. That's fine. If you didn't want to go with her, you could have left her the fuck alone. But what? You don't want to do that because you want to clout chase off of her. You want to dangle her. You want to humiliate her. You want to humble her. You want to use her. And you want to abuse her. And I don't say that to remove Kamala's agency because at the end of the day, Kamala's doing this because she is for the good of the country. Because she's not disloyal. Because she's not selfish. Because she's not out for herself. When Kamala Harris got the Courage and Profile Award, she didn't have to say nothing about no motherfucking Joe Biden. But she did. That's not a person who is out for self. But anyways, let me get back to this article. Somebody says, and Kamala is supporting Dems up and down the ballot. Absolutely. Blackbird Poppy says, I'm more concerned as to why Chris Dodd is anywhere near this process. White men really do fail up. Let's talk about Chris Dodd a little bit. So Chris Dodd is accused, or was accused, of sexually assaulting a waitress. Why the fuck is he anywhere near the vetting process? Chris Dodd is a person who basically left in disgrace because of his mortgage sketchy ass business. Chris Dodd, maybe he has an axe to grind with Kamala because Kamala actually went against his mortgage buddies. Countrywide. Somebody said Chris Countrywide Dodd. Rob Tabor had a whole motherfucking thread about this. This is interesting. D Countrywide tells a rich buddy who tells political he's scared of sharp elbows. Anyway, this is just a periodic reminder. Okay, that's fine. That wasn't the thread I was thinking about. But somebody else did a thread about, and this talks about Chris Dodd's buddies. She prosecuted Chris Dodd's buddies for mortgage fraud. So maybe he's talking about that. Or let me tell you what he said, again, about this Ku Klux Klan member. So this is what it really is. Because, you know, people don't like it when you call out racism. They don't like it when you call out why you shouldn't be praising motherfuckers that's done some racist shit. So let me read what this is. I tweeted about this earlier. I said, I wonder if Chris Dodd's abhorrence to Kamala saying it's wrong to praise segregationists has anything to do with his praising a former KKK who voted against the Civil Rights Act. Let me just read this quote. It has often been said, this was in 2004. It has often been said that the man and the moment come together. Dodd said, I do not think it is an exaggeration at all to say to my friend from West Virginia, talking about Robert Byrd, that he would have been a great senator at any moment. At any moment. He would have been right at the founding of this country. Remember, there were slave owners at the founding of this country. Remember that. He would have been in the leadership crafting this Constitution. Remember, the same motherfucker who literally filibustered the Civil Rights Act would have been an asset during the crafting of the Constitution. He would have been right during the great conflict of the Civil War in this nation. Really. The same motherfuckers that didn't think black people should have civil rights. Who's a fucking KKK member. He would have been right at the great moments of international threat we face in the 20th century. I cannot think of a single moment in the nation's 220 plus year history where he would not have been a valuable asset to the country. You couldn't think of a single moment? Like the moment where he filibustered the Civil Rights Act? You can't even think of that? This ain't no fucking hypothetical. He literally did that. He literally did that. Ku Klux, if you go to Wikipedia, Ku Klux Klan members in the Senate in U.S. politics. Who's the first motherfucker there? Robert Byrd. First entry. First motherfucker. Look at that shit. Ku Klux Klan. Robert Byrd. That's who Chris Dodd was praising. Let me just read a little bit about what it says about Robert Byrd. Now, there are some white folks that's going to tell you, well, he denounced it and he did this, that, and the other. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't redeem people like that. This is from Wikipedia. Robert C. Byrd was a recruiter for the Klan while in his 20s and 30s, rising to the title of Kleagle, an exalted cyclops of his local chapter. After leaving the group, Byrd spoke in favor of the Klan during his early political career. No time. Remember, Chris Dodd said there's no time in history he could have thought about this person being on the wrong side. No time. 20s and 30s, he was a Kleagle, an exalted cyclops in the Klan. But Chris Dodd can't think of no time. Though he later said he officially left the organization in 1943, Byrd wrote a letter in 1946 to the group's Imperial Wizard stating the Klan is needed today as never before, and I'm anxious to see its rebirth here in West Virginia. Byrd attempted to explain or defend his membership in the Klan in his 1958 Senate campaign when he was 41 years old. He later stated it was his greatest mistake. Oh, that was a mistake. Now, how many black motherfuckers got lynched in West Virginia? I ain't saying he lynched people. I don't know that to be the case. But what I do know is you can't just be a fucking KKK member and say, well, it was just a mistake. I know I was an exalted cyclops, but, bygones. And you turned around and you filibustered the motherfucking Civil Rights Act. They say, oh, well, he became a champion for civil rights and liberties and came consistently to support the NAACP civil rights agenda. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Whoop-de-do. You don't get a fucking cookie, KKK. Byrd. I don't give a fuck who came to exalt him later. I don't give a fuck who came and gave nice speeches about Robert C. Byrd. The bottom line is that Chris Dodd, he probably really on a personal, visceral level resents what Kamala did because he would do the same shit. He has done it. But guess what? Luckily for him, the Democratic Party ain't never been shit. And so they didn't repudiate him at the time. So that was good on Chris. But I'm repudiating you now, Chris Dodd. Because you ain't shit. You're a fucking racist and a sexist. And you have no fucking business anywhere near this fucking vetting committee. Here's the thing that trips me out. It's not just, it says interviews, Harris still appears to be in the pole position for the Post. Interviews with more than 4 dozen elected officials, strategists, former Biden advisors, and plugged-in donors say they think Harris is the closest option. Biden has the do no harm option. And people in 3 other competing camps privately said that while their candidates have a shot for VP, Harris is more likely to get the nod. So this is about, again, it goes back to saying it's about trying everything they can in their power to block Kamala. But if they can't do that, they want to humble her. They want her to be in her place, Blackie. They want her to feel like I can't say nothing, I can't do nothing. And guess what? That ain't what we need. Right? First of all, that's not Kamala. Kamala already laughed and gave you her ass to kiss, which is appropriate. But I don't feel comfortable in this so-called racial reckoning that we're having with white men telling black women that you're too uppity, that you're too full of yourself, that you shouldn't have the audacity to challenge them, particularly on matters of race. Do I think that Joe Biden is equipped to deal with the racial reckoning? Hell to the fuck no. This is the same person that said if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And far more problematic things that Joe Biden has said. A lot of problematic things. So now I don't trust Joe Biden without a black woman, because he already said it's going to be a woman, without a black woman that's willing to step to him. They say, hold up, Joe, what you talking about? What you doing? What you mean? That ain't right. I ain't got time for that. I don't trust Joe without a black woman to say, well, wait a minute. You can't do that. You can't say that. That policy ain't gonna work. I don't. And let's also be very clear. The notion that the biggest liability to Biden is Kamala and not the shit that fucking Joe Biden himself has said, that's ridiculous. And let's also be clear. The Trump people are already having a field day with punk ass Chris Dodd. I done seen all kind of articles from them on his sexual assault. They would love, you know how much they would love to sit up there and say, sexual assaulter, Chris Dodd blocked the black woman from getting the VP slot because she challenged him for his comments on segregation. You couldn't even write a better attack ad. They waiting for that. They chomping at the bit. They so excited. You notice, because usually when a white man like Chris Dodd is getting accused of racism, normally the white folks come to his rescues, particularly the MAGA people. Oh, they on target today. They on point today. They're like, oh no. We're not coming to your defense, Dodd. You on your motherfucking own. Chris Dodd has been trending all day. And yet the Biden campaign releases a woman's agenda today. And I'm like, okay, are you trolling? Are you fucking serious? Talking about how black women in particular have a hard time getting in. You don't fucking say. When you have motherfuckers like Chris Dodd who are at the decision-making table, you don't think that you wonder why black women have a hard time getting ahead? Somebody said, oh, he should have kept his mouth shut, or they shouldn't have leaked it. Guess what? That was not I think that was a defense of Kamala. That was not a defense of Kamala. That is not what that was. That was trolling. Nobody has defended Kamala. You know what defending Kamala looks like? What Karen Bass did. I think what she did was clever. But at least I can say that was a full-throated defense of her. For whatever reason, it was a full-throated defense. If you motherfuckers don't have a problem coming out there and trashing Kamala, then it shouldn't be a problem for somebody to come out there and defend her. I'm not going to accept, I'm going to read between the lines. No. Say it with your motherfucking chest. Just like these motherfuckers for the past 3 months have been saying it with their chest. Say it with your chest and defend her like how you fucking should. Only when a black woman is the leading contender do they feel like, let's do what we can to chop her down. I've never seen in the past 20 years that I've been following politics through every single step of the process. I've never seen in 2 decades anybody attack their own vice president. I've never seen anybody attack vice presidential contenders. It's not because of social media either. It's because when it comes to a black woman, they want you to know your place. And it comes as a great shock. They're stunned when you feel like, fuck you. I ain't got to stay in my place. Who the fuck is you to tell me what my place is? That's what Shirley Chisholm said. Let me play this Shirley Chisholm quote because, it's deep. And I always find myself returning to Shirley Chisholm because the reason why I return to it is because this shit ain't new. This isn't even a Kamala thing. This is a black woman thing when you're a threat. And Kamala is that threat. If Kamala didn't run, and let's say Karen Bass ran, guess what? Karen Bass would have been getting all these attacks that Kamala's getting. But let me go ahead and play this clip. A lot of y'all probably saw it. And tell me if y'all can hear it. I hope you can hear it.
And I think that you have to recognize that because I am not white, and because I'm not a male, that I am not going to get the blessings of the power structure in this country. So I think we're fooling ourselves when that question is asked of me in terms of whether I'm going to get their blessings. Of course I'm not going to get their blessings.
She said this in 1972. She said, of course I'm not going to get their blessings. What black woman ever has? You think they're going to give her your blessing? No. They're going to make it as hard as fucking possible for a black woman to get anything in this country. They always have been. People like to talk about, oh, the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage. Really? Because black motherfuckers couldn't vote still. Black women weren't voting. So y'all forget that part. Oh, we're celebrating 100 years of women voting. Meanwhile, black women still couldn't fucking vote. What are we celebrating? Because you white women can vote, so that's a victory for us? How does that work? A lot of people were like, Michelle Obama should have ran. Now I realize they would have dragged Michelle. They've been dragging Michelle too. They dragged her over her expensive ass boots. They dragged her over her book. So it's not like it's I mean, when Michelle Obama was first lady, she got dragged the whole time. Didn't nobody, when Michelle Obama was just Barack Obama's spouse, they dragged Michelle Obama. They don't even normally talk about people's spouses, but they dragged her in 2007 and 2008. So it's not just a Kamala Harris thing. It's a black woman thing. But Kamala Harris is the black woman that they are the most threatened by. I've never seen a process where you attack your front runner, where you attack a person who posed either first or second, and you attack that person from within the fucking campaign. That's disgraceful. Somebody said they want black woman energy, but not leadership. Okay? So there is no safe black woman. There isn't. The only safety they have is in our fighting like hell to tell these motherfuckers you not gonna get away with the shit. And Chris Dodd learned motherfucking today. Now, at the end of the day, what they do with this information is a reflection on them. It's a reflection on whether they want to basically explicitly say, I'm okay with this. If Joe Biden does not get rid of Chris Dodd from the committee, if Chris Dodd does not release a statement, which we know would be a lie, but if he doesn't even have the fucking respect and decency to at least put some distance between it, then you know what this is? It's backing up whiteness. You know what this is? It's saying, I want you to know, Kamala Harris, I want you to know, black woman out there, that this is the place that you need to play. This is the role that you need to play. There's no other explanation for it. Because if you actually really care, then guess what? You would be appalled right now. You will be disgusted that this is how your campaign is being reflected, as petty, as small, thin-skinned, racist, sexist. You think all that's a good look for your campaign? I don't know how you don't immediately repudiate that. Maybe it's an attempt to win the white vote. Okay, we might pick this black ass motherfucker because we ain't got no choice, but we want you to know, white people out there, the white working class, the Trump voter, whoever the fuck they think this racism appeals to, that we ain't like the black bitch. We just had to go with her because we had no choice, but we definitely smacked her black ass out a couple of times before we chose her. Maybe that's the strategy. Since y'all got all these motherfucking theories and shit about how, oh, he's really trying to pick her. He ain't trying to help her. That's for fuck sure. You don't try to fucking undermine and damage your own fucking VP. Nobody does that. Nobody with any fucking sense does that. Chris Dodd, punk ass, is still fucking trending. And now he's at 26. He was much higher earlier, but it's been over 10 hours, and Chris Dodd's punk ass is still fucking trending. 27,000 tweets. It's on you. No, Cedric Richmond is not capable of distancing the campaign from these fucking comments. There's two people that are capable of doing it. Joe Biden and Chris Dodd. I will not accept trotting up the blacks to cover for the white folks that's saying all this shit. I don't want to fucking hear from Cedric fucking Richmond. Because I ain't heard Cedric Richmond in one of these motherfucking political articles saying that he's personally talked to fucking Joe Biden, and Joe Biden has said that it's not an issue. So I don't want to hear from Cedric. I want to hear from Joe fucking Biden, or I want to hear from Chris fucking Dodd. That's it. Don't bring up the blacks to cover for the bullshit. Take fucking accountability and repudiate your fucking comments. That's what I want to hear. Period. Anything else is a reflection that you accept and that you are okay with this kind of fucking insurgence and treachery from your campaign. It does not reflect well on you that a person that's going to potentially be the most trusted person in your fucking White House is not even protected in your campaign. You're supposed to protect the country and you can't even protect somebody in your own fucking campaign process? I don't trust you. I have a problem with that. You need to do better. This is a racial reckoning. You don't get to fucking send out the blacks to deflect. Take fucking accountability, apologize, repudiate, and get fucking Chris Dodd off the fucking committee. That's the only acceptable motherfucking response. And the fact that there's a slim chance of that happening goes to show just how little respect the Democratic Party and the Biden campaign has for black people. Because I can guarantee you, if it was any other demographic, that it would be handled a different way. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. It would not be accepted towards anybody else. If it was Elizabeth Warren this was about, all the white women, bless their heart, I won't even be mad at them, and the black blue chicks would be calling for Chris Dodd's punk ass head on a motherfucking stick. Right now. But black people, we can't ever come together and flex our fucking considerable power that we have and demand basic shit like what I'm demanding right now. Get the fuck out of the process, Chris Dodd. And it's time to stop sending out the blacks to cover for the racism from the white men in the Biden campaign perpetuating the back of the bus shit. I won't accept it. It's not enough for me. It's not good enough. I demand more than that. And everybody should be demanding more than that. But they don't. And that's the fucking problem. And guess what? We're complicit in it as well. We are complicit in it as well. Because too many of us don't say shit. Too many of us accept it. So we keep getting treated like shit. Even I sat up there and played something from motherfucking 1972 and we still dealing with the same shit. The same Democratic Party. Shirley Chisholm ran in the Democratic Party. What she was talking about was Democrats. She wasn't talking about Republicans. Republicans ain't shit. Be clear. Be very clear about that. But she was talking about the Democratic Party. Have we changed? No. It's the same fucking shit. And I'm sick of it. And I'm not going to tolerate it. And I'm not going to tolerate the motherfucking excuses. And I'm not going to tolerate motherfuckers in my space being the opposition saying that this shit is okay. I'm not having any parts of it. So I will be watching and I will be judging how the Biden campaign deals with it. Clearly, whatever Cedric Richmond had talked about ain't been enough to keep the white boys out of these motherfucking articles talking shit about Kamala. So he don't have the kind of sway. So you just a spokesperson by Joe Biden. It's on you to shut the shit down. Whatever the fuck conversation you having with these motherfuckers, they not walking away saying, you know what, let me just chill, let me just shut the fuck up, let me just keep my mouth shut. But thank you. Thank you for being overtly racist. Because you know what I said to somebody earlier? I said, this shit happens every day. Do you know how many times black women don't get a job because of a Chris Dodd? Or a John Burton? Or a John Morgan? And we don't know why? Because we weren't deferential enough? Because we were too uppity? We were too confident? Because we corrected you? So thank you for being overtly racist and sexist. So that there's no mistake. There's no doubt in it. You could have just quietly not picked her. You could have just quietly vetted all of these ladies and made your motherfucking picks and went on about your business, but you weren't satisfied with that. Nope. You had to make it as humbling and humiliating as possible. But thank you. Because it's noted. And now it's not a conspiracy. I've been saying this for months, but now you've confirmed it. And what you do will further confirm it. And once people start paying attention, it's going to be your ass if you don't fix it. So fucking fix it. Do the right fucking thing. It's not, we don't have a Kamala Harris now to tell you, Joe, to do the right thing because it is Kamala. So I don't know if you have even one other black woman that's willing to tell you fucking wrong, Joe. But if you don't have one, guess what? Here I am. You're fucking wrong and you need to fix it. And this isn't just a Kamala thing. It's a black woman thing. Because I'm not going to stand for every black woman being told to get to the back of the bus. Not doing it. All right, y'all. I've been going off too long. So I'm about to hop up off this motherfucker. But guess what? I will be back at 9 p.m. on Maya T. Contreras, her Mayathon. And Robin says, how do the BLM protests every end of Joe can't fire segregationists? Listen, I don't think that people are know what kind of shitstorm they're in for. You know what? And you know what? The Biden supporters, they don't do him any favors because instead of listening to people like me who trying to tell you, I'm actually helping you. I'm actually helping you by keeping it real. Instead of listening, they want to fucking make excuses. I'm not Greek, but you know, black Greek letter organizations, what do they say? Excuses are tools for the incompetent. They build mountains of nothingness. Excuses ain't gonna cut it. And people aren't tuned in yet, but when they are tuned in, guess what? I'm gonna be over here minding my motherfucking black ass business. I'm not coming. I'm not the cavalry. I ain't gonna have shit for you. And if you think all these motherfuckers on the internet that sit up there and when black people call out this shit and they say you're playing the race card, you think that's gonna win you black support? It's not. When the Biden campaign start running ads with your own words, what's gonna happen then? You need to fucking listen and you need to correct course. That's free campaign advice. That's free, honest campaign advice. Because it don't seem like you're getting it. And if you getting it, it ain't fucking sinking in. And I ain't afraid to motherfucking tell you because I don't ever have to step foot in the White House again. I don't give a fuck that much. Anyway, all right. I'm out for real this time. Catch me at it's monuments of nothingness. Okay, thank you. My sister corrected me. Excuses are tools for the incompetent that build monuments of nothingness. And that's all I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bunch of monuments of nothingness right now. I need to see some receipts. I need to see your motherfucking ass put your actions behind your words, behind your fucking Twitter posts that sit up there and have a fucking agenda. And you talk about how women of color are particularly hard to get ahead, and your own motherfucking campaign is a prime goddamn example. Save me the fucking monuments and do better. Anyway, like I said, I'll see y'all at 9 p.m. on Mighty Contreras page. I'm going to retweet it when I go out. It's a Mayathon. I'm going to be talking about black women running for office and the challenges that they face. I ain't going to be talking about Kamala most likely. I'm going to be talking about other black women. But come check me out there and I'll holler.